What's going on, guys? It is very windy out today. It's 32 mile an hour winds with 52 mile an hour gusts. I moved out. What's up, Simon? Here, wait, hold on a second. Got Simon with us. But it's been a second since I've done a video. I figure I had a lot of stuff going on. I've been busy with work and it's super windy, so it's kind of one of those opportunities. I just moved to a rural area out in Illinois for a moment, and the winds are really, really howling, super open fields, and a lot of people wonder, can you fly your drone safely? Should you fly your drone when it's this kind of wind? And the reality is, you can, and you have to probably be a little bit more mindful and a little bit more cautious, but these things can handle, especially. This is a Mavic 3. I have a Mavic 3 Pro 2 as well, and I have a Mini 4 Pro, and the Lite Plus can handle. The Mini 4 Pro could handle too, not as well as this guy, but there's certain things you probably want to be mindful of, like having a full battery, just kind of common sense stuff. But let's just go ahead and fly. This isn't going to be a long video. I just wanted to show you guys how it is flying a drone with 30 to 50 plus mile an hour winds and gusts, and we're just going to power this guy on. I just have the RCN1 controller with my iPhone 15 Pro Max. We'll do a little screen recording, and essentially I just wanted to do a video showing if this thing can handle, because a lot of people are always hesitant about flying drones, and yeah, if you're new to drones and new to flying, maybe flying in really high winds is above your skill set, but just know anything can happen no matter what the conditions, and you always want to keep safety in mind. Right now, pretty open field behind us. Let's go ahead and launch this guy. I'm going to do a screen recording. 2, 1. Okay. I'm going to put my brightness up, get into the Fly app, and we're going to first go ahead and go fly, and we're going to make sure, let me see, aircraft warning. We got a home point updated, so we're locked and loaded. If anything happens, we basically have the drone returning to this point, so make sure you have that return to home point audio signal before you go ahead and launch. 32 to 52 mile an hour gusts, so these winds are definitely pretty hardcore and the gusts are pretty extreme. So let's see if this guy can handle. And for me, if it's this kind of conditions, I like the hand launch. That's just me. I feel better about it. I can start the props by pulling in the 2 sticks.
Take off.
And essentially control the drone a little bit more than just starting from the ground. So I'm gonna push up on the left stick. And let's maybe just back it up a little bit and just see what it's doing. So a good thing to do is to do a little test, right? So we're gonna look at the drone, we're gonna see what it's doing, and we're gonna see if it's handling. Right now, just kind of hovering, it looks pretty darn good. There's gusts happening, and it's moving around a little bit. We'll wait for some bigger gusts to come, see if it gets blown into a tree or something, but look at it, it's doing pretty darn well, right? So what we're gonna do is just kind of go for it and send it, and we'll go into the field behind me. And I could see the drone is physically kind of lurching around, but if you see, the video is super stable and pretty darn good. So I'm gonna go ahead and fly. So hold on one moment. Okay, I had to turn my brightness up on my iPhone 15 Pro Max. And I'm watching the drone physically right now, and it's kind of banking and a little tilted, but as you see, gimbal's keeping it really level, totally fine, and we can go ahead and fly a little bit. Say I had to shoot a job and I needed to get some footage of these guys golfing, for example. Let's see if we can actually get a shot that's worth a you-know-what. So I'll put it at a little -3. I'll put it in the cine mode, and I'll just try to do a little orbit around these guys. Strong wind warning. But as you see, the drone's doing a good job, and we're getting footage that we could actually use that's extremely stable. So 50+ mile-an-hour gusts, look at that flag blowing, and we're able to get a nice shot of these guys playing around the Gulf. Now, if we wanted to go and push it a little bit, let's go ahead, get a little bit further. Don't totally buzz them. Okay. So we're going to use the 7x lens now. I'm still physically watching the drone. It's a little further away. I'm going to depress that 7. And now let's see. Say we wanted to get a few shots of them just kind of cruising. And this is really compressed. But you see, even a 7x lens is pretty stable just to get a few little clips of B-roll. Let me get up there a little bit. And look at that thing. So, just so you're aware, it can handle pretty darn well. So you see that's kind of where I am, right over in that section. Yeah, it's pretty darn windy. So you hear the wind chimes banging around. I don't know, maybe the noise canceling Rode Wireless Go 2s are keeping that from coming through, but let me go ahead and fly back. So I'm over here. Now, a couple things to be mindful of. Sometimes in order to break these strong winds or the gusts, it's kind of like being in the ocean with rip currents or any kind of, you know, something that's kind of pulling against you. You want to actually kind of work and go with the winds and the currents. So sport mode is something to break those currents. It's kind of like the analogy of wearing swim fins when you're in the ocean. That will help you break the currents, and you kind of don't want to just sit and swim in a rip. You want to go and swim, you know, parallel to the shore and try to find an area where it's not a rip current. So anyway, I'm babbling. But if you see, if I want to go ahead and just circle where I'm at a little bit, do a little orbit. I mean, that's pretty darn smooth, even though I can physically see the Mavic 3 struggling a little bit, banking, and it is banking. It's pretty darn angled right now, but it's still doing a pretty good job as far as getting footage. So yes, you got to err on the side of caution, but it can definitely handle, and it's not going to just blow out of the sky. I hope not, at least. Yeah, I wish I could show a picture of this thing, how banked it is, and it's still level gimbal and super smooth. Here, let me see where I'm at. Where am I? There I am. Let me zoom in on me. 7x zoom, come on. There we go. So as you see, here, let me try to see if I could do a little. No, it's having a hard time being this close to get smooth footage. See that? That carnage? Dang it. Right there is my new little rainbow spinner, and it just totally annihilated the rainbow spinner. So, oh no, RIP rainbow spinner. Super windy, gonna be tough to be able to get something this magnified on me. Let me see, let me try one more time. The 7x lens is not going to be your friend on a day this windy, but at the same time, you can easily get footage like this that's stable, usable, and it's freaking windy. So look at that. 52 mile an hour gusts. The drone is physically banking really pretty aggressively. And level horizon. And most people would be totally blown away that this drone doesn't get blown away. So, I mean, again, 7 times zoom, but you can still look, it's not bad. I mean, it's pretty capable and possible. Not going to be as easy as using the wide lens, but that's it. I mean, I just wanted to show you guys that the drone could handle, because there's still a lot of people, there's a lot of videos out there, of course, on high winds, but really, in my opinion, the best thing to do is just physically launch the drone, physically watch the drone, and kind of see if you're comfortable. It's almost like going into the ocean and seeing waves. You got to really watch the ocean and see what it's doing before you decide whether or not you could handle and feel comfortable being in the water. Kind of similar to this. Oh, look at those geese up there. What are those? Wait, hold on. Where are they? Try to zoom in on those. Hold on. That's pretty cool, huh? Look at that. They're struggling. Look at that. That's pretty wild. Go geese, go. So if the geese are having a hard time, you know it's probably some serious winds. They're definitely struggling. And when you see that warning come on, don't think you can't fly. It's giving you a warning. It's saying, hey, the winds are really high, and you should definitely be conscious of that and mindful of that. Err on the side of caution. Pretty wild. Go geese, go. Go, go, go. So I'm gonna go ahead and let the geese go. And I'm gonna back in over here. Now I'm in sport mode, which disables the obstacle avoidance. As most people know, you could hear the drone fighting the winds. It's definitely a lot louder. And I'm watching it. Whoop. Whoa. That drone, I just took a little blip on the stick and it caught the gust. Now, we could hand catch this thing, right? It's gonna be more challenging, but here, let's just do it to see what happens. So I'm gonna stick my hand out, I'm gonna push down on the left stick, and then I'm gonna grab it. So I'm gonna be more mindful of grabbing it because I wanna have total control and not have a gust hit it and blow it away. So you could do that, or you could land it physically on the ground, whatever you're more comfortable with. So that's the whole key to flying drones safely, is your comfort level and doing what you feel you could handle. I've flown in a lot of high winds in Hawaii and a lot in just all over, so I feel comfortable. It's not really that big of a deal. I know they could handle, and even if they start to kind of lose it, they usually regain composure and are all right. So I'm hoping this helps, guys. Subscribe. It's been a second. I just moved and relocated, had a broken finger, had an alcoholic neighbor attack me, and lots of fun. So exited that toxic little zone and now in a nice little spot, and that's it. So subscribe if you like the channel, if you're into drones. I'm getting my new website by atortaerials.com built, and it should be programmed and done very soon and live, so I'm really excited about that. I got my new license plates coming in that say drone, which I was lucky to get, and just some cool, fun stuff. Hopefully get back to Hawaii sooner than later. Still caring for my mom with dementia, so show some love, support the channel, hit the little thumbs up button, and make sure if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. And I'm hoping this helps, and it just gives you guys a little confidence that when it is really windy, don't think you can't get a shot or get some footage. You can. So that's it. Aloha. Bye-bye.